Okay, hi everybody. Just to introduce you to what power you have in your hands. The smartphone journey hasn't finished. It's just begun. It's going to impact what we call mobile health technology. It's going to be the primary interface with the patient in the next 5 to 10 years and beyond. And I'll be talking to you about eLucid and how we're going to integrate mobile phones as devices which can actually diagnose disease. It can also do disease management, and it will also talk to your packaging and tell you, you need to take your tablets on time. You need to take not only the amount of tablets, the dosage, but you are actually getting the disease, so you better take it urgently. So I'll talk to you about exactly what we're doing. The founders, this is Graham. Graham has had over 22 patents. He's 25 years in pharmaceutical packaging. He's worked with many of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies. This is me, Farid. I've worked in diagnostic screening at GlaxoSmithKline. I had my PhD from Cambridge working on protein folding. I've worked at the University of Manchester in diagnostics. I've won several awards from the TSB, Wellcome Trust and Gates Foundation, and shortlisted as promising new technologies in 2013 by BioNow. The M-Health market, this is a projection. In 2017, this is a PwC projection report. It talks about a $23 billion US market in this area. And the growth is almost exponential till 2017. Up to those figures there. It's a five-fold increase from what it is today. But what I'm going to talk to you about is focused. It's about the avoidable costs due to non-adherence. This is when you don't take your medications. I mean, you can have all the medications in the world, it won't cure you unless you take them and you take the correct dosage. So this is the avoidable costs by disease here. And the figure here is 44 billion US dollars, in this case for hypercholesterolemia. And also here, about 25 billion in the case of diabetes, and there's many others as well. And this is the avoidable cost by setting up the care itself. So here is the hospital care, the avoidable cost due to non-adherence again, about 72 billion. So I'm going to tell you how we're going to make the money. So we're going to have market one. We've already engaged in this market for the top 5 pharma, largest pharma in the world. And it's about clinical trials. If you do not take the medication or those compounds that are being tested in clinical trials, the efficacy of the drug, in fact the drug then fails. So you need to make sure that your patients that you recruited and this very expensive trial take their medication. So this is an area that we think is very hot at the moment. In fact, we're talking to a number of pharmaceutical companies in this space as we speak. Market 2 is also a parallel market. Healthcare providers, including the NHS, care home providers and community pharmacies as well. And market 3, fast-moving goods, commercial products in this case. So diagnostic devices at the cost of £30 each. The future is the biology plus what you have in your hand. And to make tiny devices like that you can dispose nowadays. And I'll describe what those products are. So we're not just a one product company, we're a multiple product company. And what are the products? I'll describe the patient healthcare chain first of all. So you're a patient, you go to your doctor, you have a consultation, you have tests, and all of this, and then you go to diagnosis, you get a prescription. What we want to target is early diagnosis. If you get early diagnosis, even in a cancer environment, if you can early diagnose it, the prognosis, if you get treated, is much better. The other area is drug compliance. So these are the 2 areas that we focused on. So we talk about modules because this is a modular device. You can add things to it, and it's interconnectivity as well. So module 1, we have a series of products. Some of these products are near complete. So we have facial recognition. We have technologies that can recognize blisters and tell you how many medications you've taken in this. We have specialized bottles that dispenses single tablets at specific times, and it knows who you are. Are you the patient, or are you actually the carer? And I'll talk to you about those products in a second. But this is the first module. The second module is the diagnostic device itself. And this is quite exciting, and I'll tell you about these two different modules. But the third module, which we're in the patenting, is module 3. It's about outcomes research, and make sure that you've taken the medication. So module 1, facial recognition. It'll tell you who you are. This is an app which then you can take a picture of a blister, and it automatically recognizes that you've taken 1, 2, or 3, and it reminds you to take the next one. These are specialized bottles that we're going to make. It can work via wireless, and it singularly discloses each individual tablet. Module 2, this is the concept. You have plate readers right now, ELISA-based, protein-based biomarkers, and it costs about £300 at a time. We've miniaturized these and made them into fluorometric output, so you take a picture at a specific distance, and that does that same output. It does the algorithm on here. And this is the patent. This converts a mobile phone into a fluorometric device that allows you to read that data. And we're looking to raise £800,000 for this funding round in return for 20% of the company. And EIS relief will be sought with a potential return of £50 million within 4 to 5 years. I thank you for your attention. Thank you.